per usual, these damn teachers are exposing themselves on various pockets of the internet. TikTok, I think, is one of the biggest ones in terms of where they kind of are at and where they expose themselves from. There is a video that I do want to watch of them. Again, everybody's talking about what's going on in Florida, and more teachers are talking to the MSNBCs, and they're talking to the CNNs, and they're talking to these mainstream media outlets to really try to get their word out about how they feel about what they have misnamed as the Don't Say Gay bill. Not intentional at all. Let's listen in. We have Mr. Potato Head talking to some chick, and they're still irate about Libs of TikTok. And for those of you that don't know who that is, there's an account that would very simply repost, particularly from TikTok, though not exclusively, but a lot of it was from TikTok, but 99% of it from TikTok. And it was just like, hey, here's the video of this person that posted it themselves on TikTok of them being fucking crazy as hell. Okay. And that in itself, they said, has this lasting effect. We know what happened, I believe, with the chick Taylor Lawrence of the Washington Post, if I'm not mistaken, and basically doxing the person behind that account because they just could not have someone making fun of them, I guess, with their own words, because I don't know if they're that ashamed. But we're going to listen to this. It's going to be a very bizarre video that we're going to watch of Mr. Potato Head and interviewing this chick. Let's just watch it. And like I said, just bear with me because it does get a little weird in terms of the angle that they take on all this. Let's take a look.
Your message for the media. This program is about the media. How do you think the media needs to be covering this issue differently as these bills move to other states and as issues about gay and transgender rights are a debate or a controversy in the midterm elections?
I think it's important not to engage in reactionary behaviors, which is in part what I did, which I recognize. It is important to, as the media, to keep it very much about the facts, but also about the very real human impact that these facts are having on people. Okay,
so basically what she's saying is that don't focus on the facts, because the facts will speak for themselves if they're that. So what they do is, I mean, the left is very good at this. You think about it, seriously, all of their advocacy and the type of words they use, where it's like they use terms like sympathizer and terms like microaggressions. And basically what it is it's a way for them to say that you're doing something that you're not, just because they feel some kind of way. It's very manipulative, but they get off on this, and this is a tactic that the authoritarian left has certainly been used. Social justice left has certainly been using to control the conversation, where it's like, well, the truth is they can't, because the truth is the truth. So they can't say that you're something or you're doing something based upon the truth. But what they can do is try to spin it. So you may doing something. It's like they say internalized terms like that just basically mean you're not actually doing it. And I can't claim that you are, because that would be lying. But I want to basically do it without saying that you're doing it at a concerted effort. And it's bullshit. But let's continue to listen.
Already teachers have lost jobs. Many teachers have had to take down safe spaces, posters from their classroom. Many of them have had to change the way they speak to the kids. So,
all right. Like I said, I don't know why y'all knuckleheads are still dropping y'all knuckleheads children off at the public education systems anyway. But you just think about that. Like when there's an alteration, which is a fairly simple one, of, okay, hey, let's not talk about sexuality and gender identity to fucking kids. Particularly kindergartens. What happens is these people tell on themselves when they're like, okay, I cannot operate like I did before. So what the fuck were you doing before? Seems like what you were doing before was rather foul, or in line with something that is now they're saying is against you guys. Again, like I said, or against not you guys particularly, but the idea of something. Straight, gay, whatever, don't talk about sexuality and stuff to children in schools. It's just really that simple.
I think focusing on the human impact of these black and white letters on a piece of paper, what is this doing to our families? What is this doing to our teachers? the stress levels. I mean, teachers already are going through so much after the couple of years that we've had. To add this, I think it's just too much. And I think it's a personal attack on public education in general. They want to.
Oh, well, hey, I tell you what. If it is an attack on public education, that is a net positive. It doesn't go nearly far enough as far as I'm concerned, but that's a net positive for sure. If it's an attack, if it's an actual attack on the public school system, that'd be awesome. Fantastic news.
Education. They don't want to make education accessible to all people. So it's important to ensure that, we don't engage in reactionary behavior, which is very human and normal, but provide the facts, but never forget the real impacts. Kids are dying because of this.
Oh, Jesus
And that's
Christ.
My biggest concern.
Jesus
I want to
Christ.
save kids' lives.
Oh,
if
my God.
I acknowledge one child and letting them know that they're safe with me and that they are loved by me, that can make such a huge difference. It could change and save their lives. So let's not let them forget that.
All right, so this jackass just sat up here and said the kids are dying basically because of this bill. And that's a serious accusation, is it not? That you would be saying that. And of course, again, it's never that it's something that's directly happening. It's always about, well, this is doing this, which leads to this, which leads to that. And that's how it actually is doing it, which, again, is not little disingenuous, it's very disingenuous. I appreciate what's happened at minimum because it has allowed the conversation of the threat that public education is, the threat that school systems are. They've been exposed. A lot of people are more obvious. They're more aware of what's going on and what it was being used as. And really, all it was ever was to just kind of mine little soldiers. But certainly as of recently and been ramped up because they basically had control of it and they just got cocky and they said, look, man, we want your kids to be a reflection of us. We want your kids to be, this is what the teachers and the administration is saying, is that they want the kids to validate them. And it's been used to do that. All of this stuff about kids and identity, that's not shit that they focus on and give a shit about. But they are so hell-bent on teaching the stuff to your children. Why do you think that is the case? Well, because they up to no good. As simple as that. You just listened to a clip from my podcast, For Canon's Sake, which is live throughout the week at 12 p.m. Central on youtube.com/YoungRipper59 and odyssey.com/@YoungRipper59. Be sure to check out my website, ericdjuly.com, so you can stay up to date with everything it is that I'm doing. You can also become a member and get access to a bunch of cool perks and exclusive content, which includes a social media hub where you can interact with myself and other members. It even has an app that you can get, which is now live in the Google and Apple stores.